Hi guys. Welcome to a new video. In this video I will basically explain the basics of K-pop, that I think all K-pop fans should know and be aware of. I think this video will be helpful for especially newer K-pop fans that want to know about the basics of K-pop. This video will be split up into two parts. I will add a link to part 2 at the end of this video. In this part 1 we'll talk about what K-pop is exactly, how you become a K-pop idol, how debuts work and about how the groups are built up. In the description box of this video you will find some timestamps. Please remember, I did very much research for this video, but I could have forgotten things or maybe got something wrong. If you recognize that, please, politely let me know in the comments. Now let's get right into this video. I think we're going to start with the most obvious question, what exactly is K-pop? K-pop is an abbreviation of Korean pop music. It's the collective name of domestic music from South Korea, sung by people who are called idols. So, the K stands for Korean, and the pop for popular music. Even though K-pop is labeled as one genre, there are many different genres within K-pop, like pop, rock, EDM, reggae, R&B, hip-hop, rap, and many more. But who are these idols? K-pop idols can be soloists, duos, trios, but most of the time these idols produce songs in a group. The groups can consist of 4 to 21 members. There are girl groups, boy groups, but also co-ed groups. Most K-pop idols are Koreans, but there are also a lot of foreigners. Most of them are still Asian or half Asian. Examples are Lisa from Blackpink, who is from Thailand, Chui from Twice, who is from Taiwan, or Yuta from NCT, who is Japanese. How do you become a K-pop idol? A lot of Korean teenagers and adolescents want to become K-pop idols. However, the process of becoming a K-pop idol is a long and tiring process. It all starts with a company. A K-pop company is basically a company that produces these idols and also manages them. There are currently 3 companies that are the most well-known, because they have produced many successful groups. These are JYP, SM and YG, also known as the Big 3. But of course, there are many more companies out there. So, when you want to become a K-pop idol, you first have to go through a very strict audition round, where you will be mainly judged on your potential and feel of rhythm. These auditions consist of 3 rounds. Only a few people make it through the auditions. The moment you pass these auditions and sign a contract with the company, you become a trainee. This is probably the hardest part for most people. Living like a trainee is hard and many don't succeed, because they can't persevere. You have to train basically your vocals, rapping and dancing all day, every day. With that you are also measured and weighted very often, to make sure you aren't gaining any weight. Most trainees have to provide their own accommodations, which is very hard, because they don't have time for a full-time job, so they barely have any money, or in the worst case they don't have any money. This is also why most K-pop idols come from rich families. These families can provide the trainees with accommodations, so the trainees have more time to practice and the chance of debuting will therefore increase. Most trainees train for 6 to 7 years before debuting. You can imagine that there's a lot of trainees, but only 60% of those trainees are able to debut. The debut. A debut is the first release of a new group. When the company decides trainees are ready to debut, it is decided how the trainee will debut. What will the concept be? Will the trainee debut as a soloist or in a group? Etc. Newly debuted groups and soloists are called rookies. The time of being a rookie is not exact, but mostly it's between 2 and 3 years until a rookie is not a rookie anymore. It is very important for debuts to do well, because the company invested a lot of money in a group and that money has to be earned back. For most groups it takes a while before they get successful after their debut. There are only very few groups that do very well from the very beginning of their careers. Examples of these are Everglow and ATEEZ. For rookies from the Big 3 companies, that story is a bit different. Most Big 3 rookies, like ITZY, are very popular from debut, because they are from a well-known company. This phenomenon is called Big 3 privilege. Some people don't believe that the Big 3 privilege is a real thing, but it certainly is there. Some rookies are called monster rookies, which basically means that they are rookies that are doing very well in the industry and are very popular. K-pop groups. K-pop groups have a certain formula, with which they are built. All the members have different positions in the group. First you have the leaders. The leader is usually the oldest member, or the one who trained the longest or has been in the industry for the longest period of time. These members are expected to be more mature and take care of the group. They should keep the group together, by for example making sure the members don't fight. They are also a spokesperson for the whole group. Then there's main vocals. Main vocals are most of the time the most developed singers in the group. They often have the best technique and are able to hit the high notes. Sometimes main vocals are chosen because they fit the concept of the group the best. They are expected to have a good stamina and have a stable voice. The next position is a lead vocalist. These singers are the second best singers of a group. Most of the time they start the songs and sing the pre-choruses. Also, they come in to sing the chorus when the main vocalist is singing high notes. Then there's vocalists. They are above average when it comes to singing and they mostly sing verses and bridges of songs. The last vocal category is the sub-vocalist. Most of the time these members are average singers, who get a few lines throughout the song. Sub-vocalists and vocalists support the lead and main vocalists. Just like singing positions, there are also rapping positions. Main rappers are the best rappers of the group and get the most rap lines in a song. Then there is lead rappers. Just like the lead vocalists, they are the second best rappers in the group. Sub-rappers are most of the time people that aren't very good vocalists, so they mostly get small rap parts. A position like rapper rarely exists in K-pop because most rap verses are only a small part of the song, so the main rappers and lead rappers rap those. There often aren't much rappers in a group. Most of the time there's only 2 or 3. There are also dancer positions. You have the best dancers, who are main dancers. They get the dance breaks in songs and often post dance covers as well. Lead dancers are the second best dancers in the group. They are often on the front line in performances. Since almost all K-pop groups dance as well, the rest of the members are dancers. It is not uncommon for idols to have several positions. Also, larger groups may have more main and lead positions. In that case a group can have 2 main vocalists for example. There's also positions that have nothing to do with the skills of the members. So is there a face of the group? This is most of the times the most popular member of the group with a very recognizable face. When you think about the group, the face of the group is the first member that comes to mind. Then there is a visual, who is basically the most beautiful member, based off of the Korean beauty standards. All K-pop idols are expected to be very pretty, but the visual is the member that fits the Korean beauty standards the best. The last position is the maknae. A maknae is the youngest member of the group. A term often used, which isn't an official position, is the fake maknae. These members aren't the youngest members, but they act like they are, because they act less mature than the actual maknae. Another often used term that isn't an official position is an all-rounder. These members are very good in singing, dancing and rapping at the same time. Some idols and groups don't use their real name, but a stage name. These names can be chosen to be utilized, because of another K-pop idol that already uses this name, or it sounds cooler. Most of the time stage names are abbreviations of idols' real names or they have a meaning to the idol's personality. Some examples of stage names are RM, J-Hope, Suga, V and Jin from BTS, Rose and Lisa from Blackpink, Mamamoo Solar, The 8 from 17, Leah from ITZY, and many more. It's not uncommon for fans to talk about certain lines in groups. The rap line is for example all the rappers in the group, the vocal line all the members with a vocal position. The Hyung line, for males, and the Unni line, for females, is the line of the oldest members. Hyung and Unni is a Korean term younger people use to address their older friends. So, the Hyungs and Unnis are the oldest members. The maknae line is the line of youngest members in the group. Then there's lines with years in them, like the 97 line. With this they mean all idols from different groups born in 1997. K-pop groups are built up in different generations. Currently we are in Generation 4. The first generation lasted from 1999 to the early 2000s. Some first-generation groups and soloists are Shinhwa, SES and BoA. They laid the basic foundation for K-pop as we know it now. The second generation of K-pop artists was from 2003 to around 2010. Some famous second-generation groups include Wonder Girls, Big Bang, Girls' Generation, 2NE1, SHINee, Miss A, 4 Minute, Super Junior, Sistar, T-ara, and the list goes on. Most of these groups are from the Big Three, which also had an influence on why these companies are so big. The third generation of K-pop idols debuted between 2011 and 2018 or 2019. This is the generation where K-pop started to get big outside of Asia. Some third-generation groups include BTS, Blackpink, Twice, Red Velvet, EXO, 17, G-Friend, A-Pink, iKON, and the list doesn't stop. Recently, the K-pop community entered its fourth generations. This generation includes newly debuted groups, like ITZY, ICE1, Everglow, ATEEZ, Stray Kids and G-Idol. There's a big difference between these generations, so is second generation known to be more about fun and there were more interactions between groups and fans, while the third and fourth generations are known to focus on perfection, views and success. Sometimes idols from different groups do a project together. This is called a collaboration. or in short, a collab. These occur the most during award season, which I will get into later. A collaborations can also be a K-pop group with a non-K-pop act. In South Korea, it is very important to be formal towards your seniors and peers. This is why Koreans always bow when they greet each other. They also have to talk formal about their seniors. Sometimes idols use the words sunbae or hubae to talk about other groups. This is also a way of formal speaking. A sunbae in K-pop is someone who debuted before you did. So Big Bang is BTS's sunbae, to give an example. Hubae is basically the opposite, so a junior. Twice is SNST's hubae. Groups that debut in the same company are referred to as brother or sister groups. 2NE1 and Blackpink are both under Y Entertainment, so they are sister groups. GOT7 and Stray Kids are both under JYP Entertainment, so they are brother groups. When a group stops making music and decide to break up, it is referred to as a disbandment. Disbandments can occur because of scandals, ending contracts, or just because the members think it has been enough. Most K-pop idols disband around the age of 30 to 35, to start a new chapter of their life. These disbandments can happen suddenly and sometimes it happens in silence. This occurs when groups just stop making music and are not seen in public anymore. The best way to disband for a group is to get a goodbye song and a last concert to say goodbye to fans. This was all for part 1. In part 2 I will be talking about how comebacks work, about fans and fandoms, shows, awards and promotions. It will also include some frequently used terms by K-pop fans, but the dark side of K-pop as well. I will end this video now. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.